Prince Harry recently disclosed a long-held secret that has taken many by surprise. He and Prince William have a stepsister who had remained hidden from public knowledge until now. While the British royal family occupies a unique and celebrated position in global fame, much of their private lives remain carefully guarded, with the public seeing only what the monarchy chooses to reveal. This secret stems from the intricate and often tumultuous history of Prince Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles. The marriage of Prince Charles and Lady Diana Spencer in 1981 captivated the world, celebrated as a fairy tale union befitting royalty. Their grand wedding, full of pomp and ceremony, gave the impression of a perfect match. However, beneath this glamorous exterior, cracks in their relationship began to form early on. Unbeknownst to many at the time, Charles maintained a deep connection with Camilla, a woman he had fallen in love with years before. Despite their separation and subsequent marriages to others, their bond endured, becoming a significant factor in the unraveling of Charles and Diana's marriage. In her groundbreaking 1995 BBC interview, Diana candidly revealed the struggles within their relationship, famously stating, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." This statement laid bare the emotional pain she endured and highlighted the complexities of royal life. However, Diana did not allow her personal struggles to overshadow her duties. She embraced her role as the people's princess with remarkable determination, immersing herself in charitable work and advocating for causes close to her heart, such as landmine eradication and the fight against HIV/AIDS stigma. As a mother, Diana was equally devoted, breaking royal tradition by prioritizing hands-on parenting. She made it a point to be present for her sons, William and Harry, attending school drop-offs and involving them in her life as much as possible, creating cherished memories that would shape their lives. Tragically, Diana's life was cut short in 1997, plunging the royal family and the world into mourning. Her death left an indelible mark, prompting an outpouring of grief and love from millions worldwide. The scene outside Buckingham Palace, where a sea of flowers created a 5-foot carpet, symbolized the deep affection people felt for her. As the royal family grappled with this loss, they faced the daunting task of moving forward. Prince Charles took on the responsibility of guiding his sons through this period of profound grief. In 2005, Charles's decision to marry Camilla Parker Bowles reignited public scrutiny. Their union, though long anticipated by insiders, was met with mixed reactions. Many viewed Camilla's role as a challenge to Diana's memory, and the British public was initially resistant to accepting her as the Duchess of Cornwall. However, over time, Camilla's steady presence and the support of William and Harry helped soften public opinion. The princes publicly expressed their appreciation for her, marking a turning point in the family's dynamic and the monarchy's image. While much attention was focused on Camilla's integration into royal life, another lesser-known aspect remained hidden. Camilla brought 2 children from her previous marriage into her life with Charles. Her daughter, Laura Lopez, and son, Tom Parker Bowles, had largely stayed out of the limelight. Laura, in particular, chose a path of privacy, deliberately avoiding public attention. This dynamic introduced a quiet, unacknowledged chapter into the royal family's complex story, adding yet another layer to its already intricate history. As Harry's revelation brings this secret stepsister into focus, it highlights how much remains unseen in the lives of the royals, despite their constant presence in the public eye. This revelation also underscores the enduring fascination with the British monarchy and its ability to captivate the world, even as it navigates its deeply personal struggles behind closed doors. The lives of the British royal family and their extended circle are a fascinating tapestry woven with intrigue, drama, and deeply personal choices. Among the lesser-known figures in this narrative is Laura Lopez, daughter of Camilla Parker Bowles. While her brother, Tom Parker Bowles, has thrived in the public eye as a renowned food critic, writer, and regular figure on British television, Laura has chosen a vastly different path. She has maintained a deliberately low profile, so much so that many are unaware of her existence. Her preference for privacy is not accidental. It stems from the intense scrutiny and harassment she endured as a child. During the early years of her mother's association with Prince Charles, Laura and Tom were thrust into the spotlight against their will. The media's relentless fascination with Camilla, widely seen as Charles's first love, created a maelstrom of attention that impacted the entire family. Paparazzi followed them incessantly, attempting to capture any semblance of a story. For Laura, this was particularly distressing. While Tom eventually found ways to navigate the media storm, even speaking out against the paparazzi and labeling them bullies, Laura adopted a different approach. She withdrew entirely from public life, choosing to live quietly and away from the public gaze. Even during significant royal events, such as weddings, Laura attended only as a discreet presence, ensuring she did not draw unnecessary attention. This self-imposed seclusion required sacrifices, including distancing herself from family members who were more publicly visible. Yet, this decision allowed her to build a life of her own, far removed from the relentless scrutiny that accompanies royal life. After her marriage to Prince Charles, Camilla often expressed gratitude for the unwavering support of her children, acknowledging the strength they provided during tumultuous times. Despite the challenges of living in the shadow of royalty, the family's bond remained strong, a testament to the enduring power of love and loyalty. Meanwhile, another dynamic within the royal family has captured the public's imagination for years: the relationship between Prince Harry and Prince William, and the impact of their respective wives, Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton, on the royal narrative. Rumors of tension between Meghan and Kate have long persisted, with countless reports speculating on the causes of their supposed rift. However, insiders have suggested that the real source of discord lies between Harry and William themselves. The brothers, once inseparable and bonded deeply by the shared tragedy of losing their mother, began to drift apart as they grew older. Their paths diverged significantly, particularly after Harry's marriage to Meghan. The couple's decision to break away from royal traditions and chart their own independent path marked a pivotal moment in the monarchy's modern history. Initially living at Kensington Palace near William and Kate, Harry and Meghan later relocated to Frogmore Cottage, a move that was both symbolic and practical. The decision to move away was widely interpreted as a bid for privacy, but it also highlighted growing tensions within the family. Reports suggest that the strain began when William voiced concerns about Harry's rapid relationship progression with Meghan. This led to a series of disagreements that drove a wedge between the brothers. Their decision to move out of Kensington Palace and renovate Frogmore Cottage was seen as a step toward asserting their independence. The media speculated endlessly about the reasons behind the move, attributing it to a desire to escape not only the public eye but also the traditional constraints of royal life. Frogmore Cottage provided a sanctuary for Harry and Meghan as they prepared to welcome their first child, Archie. The couple's decision to step back from royal duties entirely further emphasized their desire for autonomy. However, their departure from the royal fold also underscored the growing emotional distance between Harry and William. The once close siblings appeared to have grown apart, their bond tested by circumstances and decisions that placed them on divergent paths. The media's scrutiny of Meghan and Harry's choices often drew parallels to the experiences of Diana, Princess of Wales, whose life and legacy continue to cast a long shadow over the royal family. Harry, in particular, has spoken about the impact of his mother's death on his life and his determination to protect his family from similar tragedies. The couple's departure from traditional royal roles was seen by many as an effort to carve out a new legacy, one that prioritized their mental health and family well-being over royal obligations. Despite the tensions and challenges, the royal family remains a complex and fascinating institution, shaped by its history and the personal dynamics of its members. The stories of individuals like Laura Lopez, who chose privacy over prominence, and the evolving relationships between figures like Harry, William, Meghan, and Kate serve as reminders that even within the world's most famous family, human emotions and struggles remain at the heart of their narrative. When William first noticed how deeply in love Harry and Meghan were, It became clear to him that marriage was on the horizon. As an older brother, William naturally took on the protective role, and, concerned about his younger sibling rushing into such a monumental commitment, he decided to have an honest conversation with Harry. He sat Harry down and expressed his genuine concerns, emphasizing the importance of taking time to reflect on such a significant life decision. William's words came from a place of care and compassion, recognizing that such a commitment comes with profound responsibilities and long-term consequences. He shared his own experiences, explaining that it took him many years to fully understand what marriage to someone in the royal spotlight entailed. His advice was motivated by the desire to help Harry avoid potential pitfalls that come with the pressures of royal life. An informant revealed that William carefully conveyed his thoughts about the situation, warning Harry about the challenges ahead and questioning if Meghan was truly prepared for what life in the royal family would entail. The conversation, though thoughtful, left Harry feeling somewhat dismissive of his older brother's counsel. While it's natural for anyone to feel protective of their sibling when making such important life decisions, Harry didn't take kindly to what he perceived as an interference in his personal life. It's a scenario many of us can relate to: family members who offer unsolicited advice on private matters, regardless of their good intentions. And while such conversations can be awkward and difficult, they often reflect deeper layers of familial concern. Despite the tension, these types of exchanges are not unusual among royal families. Royal siblings, like any others, can have disagreements or moments of frustration, though their conflicts are often put under an intense public microscope. A member of the royal court further commented on how Prince William's discussion with Harry aimed to provide a reality check regarding the immense pressures that come with being a part of the royal family. He explained that royal life is not just about attending grand events, but it also involves continuous scrutiny from the public and relentless media attention. One of William's key concerns was whether Meghan, who had already dealt with public exposure due to her acting career, would be able to withstand the constant attention that would come with joining the royal family. In many ways, he was concerned about her well-being, as well as Harry's future happiness in this public and demanding role. However, despite William's intentions, Harry disagreed with his brother's remarks. He felt that his brother's questions about Meghan's readiness were unwarranted, especially given Meghan's previous experience in the limelight. Meghan had built a public persona as an actress, was used to being scrutinized by the media, and had dealt with negative attention surrounding her family members. Therefore, Harry wasn't inclined to accept any suggestion that Meghan wasn't prepared for the scrutiny that would come with being in the royal spotlight. He perceived the conversation as a direct criticism of Meghan, and he wasn't willing to tolerate that. The relationship between Meghan and the royal family became more complicated with the press treatment of her and her family. While some palace insiders had speculated that the royal family's coldness toward Meghan was due to her family's behavior, particularly her father, Thomas, and half-sister, Samantha, others believed that the situation was more nuanced. Meghan's family had a complicated relationship with the media, with her father and half-sister often engaging with the press, which made things difficult for Meghan as she tried to adjust to royal life. Despite the media's portrayal of her family, Meghan's integration into the royal family was not without its challenges, and the constant public scrutiny made it harder for her to feel welcome. Unfortunately, some of the harsh treatment of Meghan also stemmed from deeply ingrained prejudices. There were whispers that Meghan's African-American heritage played a role in the royal family's coolness toward her. This notion, which was both wrong and discriminatory, suggested that Meghan's background was a factor in how she was treated by both the media and the royal family. Additionally, some people speculated that Meghan was not being entirely authentic, perhaps putting on an act to fit the royal mold, and this fueled further skepticism. Such thinking, rooted in bias and judgment, made it even more difficult for Meghan to be accepted, and it placed an additional burden on her relationship with Harry. However, despite the doubts and challenges they faced, Harry and Meghan's love for each other remained strong, and it was evident to everyone around them. Their bond was a clear testament to their commitment to each other, which only grew stronger in the face of adversity. Together, They faced the media's harsh judgment and the royal family's coolness with grace and strength, proving that their love was undeniable. This sense of love and unity became a powerful force for them, even in the face of public scrutiny. Yet, as their relationship progressed, it became apparent that tensions were beginning to rise between Harry and Meghan. Harry, in particular, became increasingly sensitive to any perceived criticism of his wife. Sources close to the couple noted that Harry had a tendency to misinterpret criticism, often perceiving negativity where there was none. This sensitivity was a result of Harry's deep emotional commitment to protecting Meghan and ensuring she was shielded from the kind of public judgment that had plagued his mother, Princess Diana. Harry's fierce determination to protect Meghan was rooted in his painful past, where he had felt powerless to protect his mother from the media's relentless pursuit. He was unwilling to let history repeat itself, and his protective instincts sometimes caused friction within the royal family. The public, meanwhile, had an image of the Fab Four: Harry, Meghan, William, and Kate as a united front. The media often painted a picture of the four royals as a tight-knit group, but this was far from the reality. Queen Elizabeth had appointed Harry as youth ambassador for the Commonwealth, a decision that unintentionally created tension between him and William. William, who had always been seen as the natural heir to the throne, felt sidelined by his younger brother's appointment. This caused some resentment, which ultimately added to the underlying strain between the brothers. While the press had a field day speculating about the so-called royal rift, many in the public were skeptical, dismissing the reports as mere tabloid fodder. However, when asked directly about the disagreements, William's candid admission revealed a deeper truth. He responded openly, acknowledging that, yes, royal siblings do argue, just like any other siblings. This honesty broke the facade of royal perfection and allowed the public to see the more human side of the family dynamic. Despite the tension, William's response also demonstrated his character, as he showed a willingness to acknowledge the truth, even when it was uncomfortable. The strain between the brothers became even more evident when Harry was asked how they resolved their issues. His response, "We don't know," revealed a raw and unspoken truth. The bond between the brothers was no longer as strong as it once was. This moment of vulnerability exposed the cracks in their relationship and left many wondering if their once unbreakable bond would ever be repaired. Meghan, too, had hoped that Kate would offer her the support she needed as she navigated royal life. Kate, with her years of experience, seemed like the ideal person to guide Meghan through the complexities of royal duties. Unfortunately, Kate was already stretched thin, managing her own responsibilities as a mother and a royal. As a result, she was unable to extend the warm welcome Meghan had hoped for, which added to the growing tensions between the two couples. In the end, it became clear that royal life, with its constant pressures and expectations, took a toll on all involved. What had once seemed like an idyllic family dynamic had become strained, and Meghan and Harry found themselves navigating a world that often felt isolating and filled with tension.